Okay, hello fighters. Today I sipping coffee with Neil Huntley at Revolution Gym, and tell you what, I got list what will go on next Saturday, and I'm in shock. Never seen so many fights. How did you manage to put so many fights in one, I would say, local show, but actually your show's going bigger and bigger every time?
Well, obviously it's getting we're getting out there. We've got a lot of gyms involved again, which is nice. It's people contacting me, wanting to put the fighters on the show.
And then I've been told Paul Daly coming.
Yeah, Paul Daly's there. He's got four of his amateur K1 fighters. Louis matched up against one of them, so big test for Louis.
Wow.
So it's going to be unbelievable, explosive fights. Virtually all the way through the card. There's main event fights all the way through the juniors, and there's main event fights all the way through the adult card. Whereas sometimes you only normally get 2 or 3 fights like that on a card, and we've got it literally riddled all the way through the card.
So let's start with kids. How many fights we got?
Do
you want me to count it?
Yeah, there's 20. Yeah, there's 20 junior fights, but this, like I said on the last interview, there's skills bouts. So what I'm trying to do is give these kids the opportunity. Like my son, Clay, is 6.
6-year-old.
6-year-old. He's doing a body-only K1, skills-only fight. So the 3 1-minute rounds. This is an unbelievable sort of experience and chance. I took Clay up to Danny Turton's...
Production is great. They will stay for a couple minutes in the spotlight.
Yeah,
so
they'll
can
enjoy
feel
it.
Big show.
Yeah, they'll enjoy it. I took him up and he did another one at Danny Turton's Interclub at Team Agogi. He loved it, smiling all the way through. It was body only. He got kicked in the head and he just smiled and walked through it. So we've nicknamed him the Smiler. Spoke to the kid he fought, and it was lovely, and all the little kids. So it's a great opportunity for him. They're going to do it again. We're going to make sure the crowd cheers for both of them as well, because it's obviously because Clay's going to be from our gym. He's going to get a lot of support. So I want to make sure we say to the crowd, half cheer. You know, I mean, we all cheer for both of them, sort of thing.
So for that many fights,
yeah, it'd be unbelievable. But a lot of them are skills bouts. So I know there's 20 fights on, but like the first 10, we're going to get through probably within the first hour because they're like 1-minute rounds. Yes, so we're going to blitz them through. So then you've got like your 10 sort of main fights. Big names for juniors now. We've marketed them well. You've helped with the marketing side to it. I market them very well on social media platforms. I keep them very busy. So we've had a couple of pullouts again the last 2 weeks. So Joe Copes pulled out against Tom Firth. They should have been fighting for the British title. Amateur K1.
That would be good fight.
The fight's been, I think, according to Danny and everything, I think the fight's been tried to be made now 3-4 times. So when I made it, I'm over the moon because obviously it's on our show.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's picked up, I think, an ankle injury, or he's picked up an injury or something.
That's shame.
Is that Will was matched, my lad Will Bingham. So we've got a new lad in the gym. 9 months he's been here. He was at PBA before, so a little bit sort of trouser kickboxing, a bit of a mixed bag. It's sort of, but he's come to us and he's now using his hands. Very similar background style to Louis Malastrat, but he's now using his hands. He's got hard sparring. He has one-to-ones with me every week, and we've moulded him into what I feel now is virtually, we're nearly there with a complete fighter in 9 months. And the kid's very game. We took him up to Danny as a bit of a test for the Interclub to see how he got on, because I like to give him a run out. He should have been fighting on Dale Jester's show last week, but same again, they couldn't get him a match up. Kicks above the waist. They don't want him to do kicks above the waist. He's training K1, or there was boxing only. We're pushing him on K1, and then he's going to transition over onto MMA as well, because we're working on his grind game. Unbelievable talent. So yeah, we took him up. He did 3 boxing bouts and 1 K1 bout, so he ended up fighting 4 times. So it was the best thing that could have happened. The first fight he had, the nerves, adrenaline, he couldn't believe how tired he felt. And then the second, third and fourth fight, it was just like he was sparring here. So it was the right thing to do. We're taking a huge gamble with Will, because we put him in against Tom Firth for his debut on Revolution Elite Combat Championships, obviously Ring Warriors. I've spoke to Danny. I get on with Danny really well. I like Tom as well, Tom Firth.
Tom is very experienced fighter.
Very experienced fighter. He's 4-0. So but I believe in Will. I do. Tom's potentially, possibly going to be the stronger fighter on the day. But Will's got very good movement now. He's working well with my style, how I want Will to fight. And it suits Will. Unbelievable skill set in his toolbox. Same as Tom. Tom's got the experience, possibly a little bit stronger. Will's going to be, I think, is a little bit faster, better movement. Contrast of styles make fights. I want my lads in hard fights. I push them all. But I also believe in them, and I make them believe in themselves.
What I noticed, I never seen your lads in easy fight. I never seen.
I don't believe in it.
Thinking, 10 times before you agreed to fight. Oh, maybe not this one because it can be a bit too hard, or maybe don't kick in.
They learn by
ankles or knees or.
This is how I see it. As long as it's not a total mismatch, I'm looking for 50-50 fights. I want them testing because they'll progress and they'll learn from it. And for us to get onto the bigger shows and to get the better avenues to where I want them to go, also where I want to go with my own shows as well, is I know this is going to sort of excel them in their fight career. And like I say, I've got OCD with it. I do all the research and I give them all individual fight plans. I know what they need to be doing on fight day to strike. Last minute for Will, but Will's shining in the gym. And him and Tom, it's going to be a showcase of a 4-round title fight on the show at a very, very high level for two 15-year-old kids. Who else don't want to see that? We're going to Hungary 2 weeks after.
Yes.
So Will needs testing anyway. But like I say, win, lose or draw, Will's like that. Will's already said, he says, I don't care if I lose. He can't wait to get in there because I know he's going to showcase his skills.
I always been saying it's no lost games until you learn from it.
Yeah, you learn.
And fighting with Tom, even if he will lose.
Yeah, I'm actually confident. We've watched Tom's fights, and we know his attributes. Danny's seen Will compete sort of 2 weeks back on his interclub, so he's going to know what Will's attributes are. So that's why we can't wait. Even as like coaches, I'll be giving Danny a thumbs up, and it's an amazing fight to have on the junior card.
It is not a fight when other fighter coming from other end of the England, and you know nothing about him, and at show they turning out as he's 10 kg heavier and
they're both 70. Well, they will be on the day before weigh. I think Will's walking around at 70. I think Tom might be cutting a little bit. I'm not sure. I think he's fit at the minute, so they're probably at that weight. So yeah, and it's a great matchup. And I know everyone's going to get excited about it.
Okay, so next one, Carson.
Yeah, Carson's matched. I've been given the names. Aaron Cope. So we've got two kids coming from U-Box at is it Worksop? Not Aaron Cope. Ollie Cox. Sorry, Ollie Cox is sending with two lads. He brought two down sparring last week. So we've got. I think what the names are in my phone now. We've got Ashton's matched against one, and
Carson with second one.
Yeah, so we've got Hawley Oshcroft and Tavin Shipman. They both sparred last week, and it's the one that's more experienced, and obviously the better one will be fighting Carson, as that's going to be the five-round title fight that Carson's well and truly earned now.
I've been watching his last week at Tenerife.
Yeah, he's been on holiday, and his dad still took him to.
Are you sure he was on holiday? According to all photographies we've seen, it's like gym every day.
Yeah, and fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? He knows he's got this title fight coming up. They're on holiday, but he's still trained all the way through that holiday. So he's back in today. He's back in at the weekend doing like a 2-hour one-to-one with me, one-to-one Monday, one-to-one Tuesday. Then we'll teeter off his training, hopefully ready for the win on Saturday. I'm more than confident in Carson at the minute. He's shot up, he's moving well, boxing really nice, and he's like a seasoned pro now, and he's in there and he's just moving around picking his shots, and it's nice to watch that the hard work's paid off.
That's really good. With that many fights, what time we starting Saturday?
Yeah, so the show on the tickets it says 2:30. We're going to start the show at 1:30 p.m. So the doors will open at 1. The first fight will be 1:30 because we want to get rid of all the skills bouts. There will be group messages, there's going to be group chats and everything. So all the kids, parents and everything like that, coaches for the junior bouts have got to be there for sort of 12 o'clock, rules, medical. The adult section isn't going to start until possibly between sort of like 4:30, 5 p.m. I've put down 5 p.m. The adults can arrive between 3:30 and 4 p.m. We're then going to put like an hour's interval in. In that hour's interview, we'll do the adults, medicals, and the adults rules meeting. We don't expect the main card, like your Mark Miles, your Ben Goddards and stuff, to rock up at 12 o'clock when they're potentially not going to be fighting until 10 p.m. You're going to be there 10 hours.
There's no
so
point.
There's no point. So we're going to put the interval in. We'll do the break, 1 hour break. We go in live again. The whole show is going to be streamed live. So yeah, the adults can get there at 4 o'clock. Like I say, I know obviously this is on the interview, but this is all going to be in the group chats that are being created today and tomorrow, just to let people know. It does say 2:30 on the ticket. We're going to start an hour early. In that hour, I want to get rid of 10 of the junior fights because they're all the little kids. So it doesn't matter if the big crowd's not there because it might be too much for them anyway.
I guess it will be enough parents to cheer them up.
Just the parents cheering and like I say, our gym, the whole gyms, a lot of the gyms will be there anyway, so it'll be nice for them to experience it. We can get them done and dusted. Then we've got like the main junior fight card, the top 10. They're going to be a little bit longer because like you've got Tyler Spencer is also now dogs. Okay. Tyler Spencer is also now going to be fighting for an area title in K1, which is also earned. He's put a hell of a lot of work in with Gabriel. He's been let down a little bit over the last few weeks. We've had another pull-out, so we should have been fighting at Derby. That didn't go ahead. And we're confident in Tyler. He's looking really well at the minute. Like I say, he's sparring with likes of Louis, Will Bingham, Lee Spinks. So Lee Spinks is on fire at the minute, training for Hungary. So he's in him every day. And obviously Gabriel as well. Gabriel's giving him a lot of one-on-one tuition. So he's ready. But Charlie Green's got an unbelievable kid with Dexter as well. I like Charlie. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. So he's. I've seen him in interclubs and stuff. Tough. He did a skills battle against one of John Popwell's lads at Link from Link. A very tough, come forward, tucked up, nice little fighter, and it's a K1 fight. So Tyler's hopefully going to be ready for it. I know it's going to be a game again. It's going to be a contrast of styles, but with Tyler fighting that kid last time with Alfie, and we've made adjustments because of the mistakes he made. We know Tyler's going to be coming into this fight firing on all cylinders. So same again, it's going to be a great fight. Say Charlie's a great coach as well, so it's going to be good for both kids to experience, and we're going to do like a little area title for them.
That's fantastic. So we got kids covered, and now let's move to a bit older fighters.
Yeah, the adult section. Like I said, we should be starting between 5 and 5:15. We've now got a 4-man heavyweight prize fighter for a big gold cup. I've got a big gold cup for it. £500 prize money. So yeah, we had a dropout, and then we had another guy come in. Then I was looking at the heavyweights, and I was like, let's make it prize fighter.
that will look good.
Yeah.
Who will fight there?
So we've got Tom from Doncaster Martial Arts Centre, Big Lump Tommy's. Alan's from Clive Farron's Boxing Academy from Derby. Billy Sorrell from Rebels Gym, and then Matt Nicklin, he's from Birmingham Way. So we'll draw the names out there. It's going to be a 4-way prize fighter. It's going to be very, very interesting. So we'll have that at the start within the first half an hour for the first 2 semi-finals, and then 10 fights up the card. We'll have the final.
I've seen Billy and Alan's been fighting.
Billy and Alan's has already saw.
It can be really interesting to
Alan's
see them
wanted the
in final again.
Yeah, Alan's wanted the rematch with him, so he's got the chance now. Pick of that, see if he gets him again. Billy won last time. I think I'm not sure if he stopped him, but some great fights there.
It was really interesting fight.
Yeah.
How many fights we got in total?
I
can't try to count it. Telling you,
there's a few there.
Looking like 20 plus.
No, there's not that many. There's a few changes, but it's an unbelievable fight. Same fight card. We've got like Mo versus Pez. Obviously James Sloan's back. He's fighting Temi. Who else have we got? Let's have a quick look. Daniel Hind, Ash Wright.
Tell you what, I've been waiting for James come back really, really long time.
Yeah, it's looking well to say he's come back in the gym.
Finally he come back.
Yeah, 10 weeks,
I'm
moving
really
well.
Really pleased with that. He's really great young boxer.
Yeah, fantastic talent. He's had the break. He needed the break, I think.
Like everybody.
Yeah, and he's performing well, sparring well. Great, and it's a tough fight for him to come back to. So it's definitely going to be tested.
Okay, going through this little list, I noticed it will be a lot of fights for the belts or defending belts, like Rafał Pawlowski.
Yeah, Rafał's defending.
Defend his belt.
We've got Mark Miles. What an unbelievable fight Mark Miles has got. The name of the kid we've managed to get is Alex Fisk from Cage Boxing Academy. Sam Larkin messaged me. They said, because we've had it in every group chat, every page going to try and get Mark matched. And we're just struggling to get him matched now.
I've seen it myself.
Yeah, it's Mark's on fire at the minute. Alex Fisk looks the real deal. Ex-amateur, schoolboy champion. I think he's now obviously turned over to sort of, however you want to class it, unlicensed, semi-pro. He's looking well. It looks like Mark a little bit in really good shape, powerful. Comes forward, he's good boxer, he's got a little bit of movement I've seen as well. So it's going to make it interesting. We know what Mark does. Mark's like a tin on seal, says what he does on the tin.
Can fight.
Yeah, so
it's going to interview him next Monday.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
He's got two huge fights coming up. We've got Alex Fisk, and then we've got the rematch at Motorpoint Arena with Conor Millward. I think Conor's biting off too much more again than he can chew. Thinks he's going to walk through Mark. Mark, I think, definitely deserved a draw, if not nicked it last time when we took it on 10 days' notice. Mark's trained his arse off. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's better at boxing. Conor Millward is still the same. Thinks he's going pro. I think he's going to be in for a shock.
Pro.
So we'll see after Mark's finished.
I like this idea, people going pro.
Yeah.
Do you plan to take Mark to pro ranks?
Mark's happy doing what we've had. Me and Mark's had good chats. Mark's happy at the minute, just doing what he's doing. We want to try and keep racking. He wants to literally just clear through all the middleweight and super middleweight division that's on the unlicensed scene, and anybody who's got a name, we're just ploughing through them all, and then we're going to rack his fights up.
So we can start looking for matchups for him.
Yeah, and then we'll sort of assess it once he's around 35, 40 fights. We're going to see what's best to do. But he's just on a destruction path at the minute. He's just ploughing through everyone.
Okay, who else fight for belt?
Gavril Bogdan is going to be defending his belt against Lee Larkin.
Yes.
Great matchup.
Lee Larkin.
Yeah, from Rebels Gym. So, yeah, great fight. That is. I can't wait to see that.
Tell you what, I like both of them. So
yeah,
I'm not sure which one I would like to win. They are.
Well, I say the card's stacked
fighters
for highlight reels and as a showcase for the actual fight card, jumping from the juniors to the adult section. What an unbelievable card. That's why we've sold out. So there's no tickets left. All the tickets have gone. VIP's sold out. The standard's gone, 200 tiered seating. They might, if they're lucky, you might get around probably 30 to 40 standing on the day, paying on the door. But unless you've got your tickets off the fighters, unfortunately we are sold out. So we've got like a 600 plus crowd there.
Tell me, send a lady who will defend Revolution name in this show. And the lady fights.
Yeah, Kirsty Wilkinson. So Kirsty Wilkinson's fighting Paulette. We took Kirsty down Autumn Goodwin's gym again last night. She did 10 2-minute rounds with 30 seconds rest. Fair play to Autumn as well. Unbelievable. She's helped Kirsty loads in the last 2 sparring sessions. So can't thank her enough for that. And it's brought Kirsty on. Kirsty's come down in weight. She's now down at like 74 kg. She looks in phenomenal shape. She's training her arse off. She's coming in. She's doing like a bit of a Mark Miles. She's coming in off her own back. She's doing, I've took her through strength and conditioning. So she's doing like deadlifts. She's doing hack squats. She's building a proper powerful little frame she's got. But she's tall. She's so awkward. She's now boxing. She's got control of her range. We've worked on a defence last week before we went back down to Autumn's, because my main goal was to make her comfortable being uncomfortable. And where she sort of was getting caught a little bit was when she was on the ropes, because she's so tall. So we worked on a defence. She's got comfortable being uncomfortable. She's blocking and countering and then pivoting off. And she looked so well last night for 10 rounds. And yeah, she wasn't even out of breath. She was saying she was hot at one point. She got her head guard on, take it off. And it was like, you're fine. I'm tired. I'm like, you're not breathing heavy. Let's keep going. And she did, like I say, and fair play to Autumn. It's helped to loads. Them last 2 sparring sessions, she had 5 rounds with Autumn and another lady. And then this time she went down and there was just Autumn for the full 10. So with 30 seconds rest, I mean, take my hats off to anyone doing that, especially with Autumn as well. Very well seasoned boxer, very experienced. And Kirsty's, I've only had, I don't know how long Kirsty's been in now. She's come over from Body and Soul, and the boxing ability's shot through the roof.
Fantastic. Okay, so summarize. Last question.
Yeah.
With so many fights we got on the list, your prediction, fight of the night, what it could be?
Jesus,
that I know that is dodgy question. There's just so many. Like I say, it could be any. I mean, because we've got so many K1 fights on, you're getting a lot more from them, because obviously you're going to have your kicks. You've got pro K1 fights. You've got Ben Goddard. They're going to be throwing spinning kicks, spinning back fists. You've got knees to the head. It's just going to be like a Showtime sort of show. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a highlight reel. I had to ask you, MMA fight?
No MMA fights
this time.
Not on this one. 29th of July, there possibly might be a few back. 9th of September show, then they will be back, potentially back in the cage.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's the juniors, like I say, Tom Firth, Will Bingham, Carson Greenacre, Daisy, Liliana. You've got 3 there that's probably sort of fight of the night, definitely. You've got Harry Flint's got a good matchup. Sam Turner's now got a good matchup as well. There's quite a few little grudge matches going on, so that's what intensifies the crowd, intensifies the fighters, and that's what makes good fights.
Okay, so
adults the same.
How much ticket costs?
You've got £35 standard, and then, like I say, they've all gone. So 45 VIP tables with 450.
So all VIPs, they are sold out.
All VIPs are gone. No tables left. 200 tiered seating, they've gone.
Possibly we got couple standing tickets. And
yeah,
guys, that's how you making great shows. It's still a lot of days left to show what everything is.
Yeah, just over a week left
right now, and this is how it's supposed to be. I
guess.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
it
you,
was
Mirek.
a pleasure to talk to you about incoming show. That is one more things what I really would like to mention. Hopefully you don't mind.
Yeah.
My own business, and on Fight Night, just reached his milestone what I plan for this year to happen. I'm not going to say what it was, just a milestone. We hit it with target what was planned for 1st July, what mean after show.
Okay.
We reach before show, what is really good one. I'm extremely happy.
Yeah.
And tell you what, more than 50% of what happened is thanks to you. And I'm extremely happy to stick to Revolution Gym, to stick to your shows, and hopefully we will got many to come together.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate your help. Thank you. Cheers, guys. So keep tuned. Revolution Gym, Facebook, Revolution Elite Combat Championships, the page, also MMA Fight Night. So yeah, keep watching, keep tuning in. Like I say, we are sold out. There will be some on the door. If not, contact the fighters, see if they've got any tickets left. From what I've heard, they've all gone. We've got the majority of the money in as well. There's only a few now to get back in. So yeah, thanks again for your support. It's unbelievable. These shows are fantastic. Guys showcasing the skills. The level's getting better. Like I say, and the shows keep getting bigger. See you soon.